Hey everyone, James Reeves, TFBTV, SHOT Show 2025 Industry Day on the range. I'm here with Shane, the captain of Team Glock, one of the literal best handgun shooters that I know, and an all-around good dude. Thank you so much for being on the program. It's always great talking to you because you know your shit. You're buttoned up, and it means a lot because it means, for me, less editing when I get back to the hotel room. I walked up and I said, man, I've got this new Glock COA system at my range, and instantly Brandy says, a COA, it's the COA. So talk to me about the COA. What is the Glock COA Aimpoint?
We launched the collaboration with Aimpoint COA optic. It's a slimmer profile, essentially an Acura P2. Acura P2 is a really famous optic that is very durable, very reliable. So the aperture on the COA optic is the same size as the P2, so you still have a really large visible window, but the profile of the outside of the optic is much smaller, a lot slimmer, so it gives a better visual presence. I think that's one of the great things about the COA optic is with the slimmer profile here on the outside, you still have the same size windows, so you still have like the positive visual presence, but now it fits the slimline slide and the full size slide. So I
refuse to believe that's the same size aperture.
This window, this aperture, this little looky through thingy here, same size as the P2. So yeah, so that's why I think one of the great things, or what I think one of the great things is fits the slimline slide and also fits our full size slides.
Yeah. Looks great too.
Yep.
I mean, and that's rule number one, always look cool, right?
That's right. Now we've also got the A-cut that's directly milled into the slide. So it's essentially got a wedge in the front to secure the optic, and then it's got a rear sight aperture that two screws that seal or basically place the optic in the slide. So it's extremely durable, extremely reliable, has a good visual presence, 3.5 minute dot, and yeah, it looks great on the gun and also shoots great.
Five for five. 5 for 5 with the little guy.
That's pretty impressive.
I hope you got that on camera. I was a big holdout, by the way, like iron sights. I was like, I've been doing this all my life. Like, I'm going to do iron sights. And then, like, I took a couple red dot classes. I'm like, all right, I'm done with irons. Yeah. It happens to a lot of us, including a lot of people who are watching. So all the shit with the A-cuts and the screws and the how it's held into the slide, that's actually very, very important, and you might not know that if you're a novice. Why is this new system, the A-cut system of securing the optic to the slide, why is that important, say, compared to other systems out there?
I think it's important because it eliminates the opportunity for any loose screws or the optic coming loose on the plate. Instead of having a plate or something like that, it's got a direct mount to it, and with the A-cut, it's essentially, like I said, a wedge in the front. It's got basically an A-frame to correct any left and right movement that could happen with the optic. And then we've got the rear sight that two screws and seals it down. So it eliminates a lot of issues that could potentially arise. It's just extremely durable. It's passed all of our durability standards. And like I said, the optic is reliable, and I think it's important.
These are going to come as a package, right? I think you guys are doing like, what, the 19, the 45?
The slim lines, so the 43X and the G48, and then the G19, G45, and the G47.
In your professional opinion, which one of those would you go with?
Ooh, my professional opinion, well, I got to go with one of my favorites, obviously the G45.
Why is that?
Well, full-size frame, got a lot of purchase on the grip, so a lot of recoil management, and then I get the shorter slide with the short recoil system, so it offers a really soft shooting platform. So one of my favorite systems, and if I had to offer my professional opinion, that's the one I would pick.
Yeah. Well, and we hold that around here. We hold your professional opinion in very high esteem at TFBTV, Shane. So no, and I appreciate it. Now, the most important questions: SHOT Show, when, how much?
Right now, for the win, and how much for the slim lines? It is $1,002 for the entire package. And then for the G19, the G45, and the G47, they're $1,165.
Right.
Again, for the whole package.
And that's MSRP as well.
That is MSRP, correct.
So, I mean, I'm thinking these are going to be, I know you probably can't say it, but I mean, this is going to be well below the $1,000 mark for one of my favorite pistols, one of the best pistols on the market, plus one of the best optics on the market. So to me, even at MSRP, It sounds pretty reasonable, in my opinion. I'm sure you're going to agree with me, right?
I agree with that. Yeah, very reasonable price.
No, James, I totally disagree with you. What the hell are you talking about? That sounds like a complete and absolute
Why would you
ripoff.
say such a
Yeah. I'm going to go get a Springfield XD instead.
No.
We're going to take Shane out on the range. We're going to see how these things shoot. I hate going out in the range with Shane because he always makes me feel like a total asshole because he's such an incredible shot. I think I'm good, and then I come and I shoot with Shane, and I leave emasculated. But guys, stay tuned. We're bringing you more from SHOT Show 2025.